everybody, welcome to the second KillJoy Jake page. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about some news updates that came in this week that old Jake missed. Let's round them up.
Gobble, gobble, mother...
All right, so starting off with Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, a movie where Godzilla and Kong will most likely either bang it out or maybe fight again and then nobody wins. I'm like somewhat excited for this movie. I don't know. I just got out of Godzilla -1 yesterday. I loved that movie because it's not doing what the American movies do. I really like the first one a lot. I don't know. It's fun. It's got some really visually stunning sequences to it, but the rest of the movies just really haven't captured my attention. I think the biggest reason for that is, let's go back up into this article. I want to talk about this and I'll kind of talk about what I'm not crazy about with these new Godzilla movies. The first poster showcases Godzilla's handprint with his battle-ready face in the center. The design of the image follows the same aesthetic as the teaser poster revealed yesterday, which we just saw down here. Look at these. Badass. Kind of cool. Not gonna lie. I'll give him that. It also reveals a new kaiju named Star King. Who the hell is Star King? You know, okay, maybe he's cool, but why do these movies got to show off like 100 different monsters to capture my attention? Godzilla -1 that came out in American theaters yesterday, and I think on Wednesday too. It was so good because it was so simple. It was just Godzilla destroying a town. It gave you this great commentary of like post-war Japan. I loved every minute of it. It was fantastic. Give us more of that, America. I sound like I'm Alex Jones right now. God damn it, America. Messing up our kaiju movies. Oh God. It sounded more like Nicolas Cage. But anyways, let's get back to this. We're introducing a bunch of new kaijus in this movie, and they're going to be facing off against Godzilla versus Kong, who are maybe boning now and going to have sex with each other on screen, and they're going to fight off a bunch of new monsters. Additionally, another poster has also been released, which features Kong alongside a caption that says "Unite," teasing that they will be siding with Godzilla this time around to fight his new foe. Further details on the film remain under wraps for now, but apparently people at CCXP are going to be getting a badass new look at the film. So I hope people are excited for this. I don't know, man. After Godzilla vs. Kong, where nobody wins, I was just like, I kind of want like Godzilla or King Kong to rip each other's arms off, but maybe they'll fuck in this new movie, and that would be enough for me. I'll take that. If some crazy shit like that happens, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it, but I don't know. These posters are cool, but I don't think the movie's gonna be that great. Godzilla -1, that's my kaiju movie of, you know, the past couple of years. I love it. Go see it. It's great. Speaking of which, Matt Donato just put out his review of Godzilla -1. I'm not going to read it to you because that's a lot of, look at all this. Look at all this reading. Look at all these ads. No, I'm not going to read it, but his score is like a 9 out of 10, essentially. He gives a really good review. I read it earlier. I totally agree. I think if you're looking for a good kaiju movie, something where Godzilla's being a fucking badass, this is the movie. Like, this is it. Godzilla's scary again, which I love. He's not just fucking gorillas. I don't know. This is what I'm looking for when it comes to kaiju movies. I couldn't recommend it more. Let's move on to something else though, because oh my God, this is all I'm talking about. Eli Roth is directing Thanksgiving 2 to literally nobody's surprise after the success of the first one. Eli Roth's slasher movie Thanksgiving crosses the 30 million mark at the box office. I think it was made for either 10 or 15. So yeah, I mean, we're making some pretty impressive moves here with this. No offense to Addison Rae. I'm just like, you know, she's not really an actress. She's been in like 2 movies now or so. That's impressive, man. It's impressive to make something so special here with this. I honestly hope she comes back. As much as I wasn't crazy about her performance in the first one, I think she deserves another shot. From what I've seen of her acting, it feels like she's progressively getting better. I like progress. I'm rooting for Addison Rae here. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the only one in that boat, but I hope she comes back for 2 and I hope she kills it. But Thanksgiving 2 is being planned to release in 2025, most likely in November again, so about a 2-year wait. Eli Roth posted a video on his Instagram recently too, talking a little bit about how he wants to take like a year off from, you know, like shooting anything or you know, kind of like developing the idea essentially. If you've seen the movie, you might have an understanding as to why it might be a little tough to make a sequel, considering that we need another killer in the forefront, so that's going to be a difficult thing to do. Write a brand new murder mystery, which I feel like it was executed well in the first Thanksgiving. But yeah, they got to come up with new characters. They got to come up with a new person to be the killer, or maybe persons to be the killers. Who will don the John Carver mask next? I don't know, but I'm excited to find out in 2025. Also, if you're like mad at me for some reason for being excited about this movie because it's coming from Spyglass, I think you're overreacting. Like, listen, the Scream 7 stuff absolutely sucks, and Spyglass is a shitty company. I'll say that. Yeah, they are. But I really liked Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving absolutely fucks. See it in the theaters. It's great, but also give the middle finger to Spyglass. And that's not a contradictory statement. Relax. Moving on to the next thing, Fede Alvarez's Alien movie apparently takes place between the original Alien and James Cameron's Aliens. This was revealed by Kaylee Spaney in an interview last week, and honestly, that's very exciting stuff to me. Kaylee Spaney's quote reads exactly, talking with Variety, "It's supposed to slot in between the first movie and second movie. They brought the same team from Aliens, the James Cameron film. The same people who built those xenomorphs actually came on and built ours. Nice." So getting to see the original design with the original people who have been working on these films for 45 plus years and has been so much of their life has been really incredible. That's great news in my opinion. It's the same reason I was so excited for Five Nights at Freddy's, utilizing Jim Henson's Creature Shop, who is known for being so fantastic with their puppetry. They've done like the Yoda puppet, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Farscape, which I love so much. So the movie coming out in the middle of next year, August 16th of 2024, I'm very excited for it, man. I can't wait to see what they do. It's also coming from Ridley Scott as a producer, Rodo Sayegas, who co-wrote Evil Dead, the remake, specifically from 2013, and of course, director Fede Alvarez, who is going to kill it with this movie. The guy's track record is immaculate. It's so good. Like, I love every movie that he's been a part of, even the Texas Chainsaw movie from 2022. Fight Me, it was fun. There's really only one guy who I know is going to do well by like continuations of old franchises, and that's Fede Alvarez. He killed it with Don't Breathe, his own franchise, but then also Evil Dead 2013, producing Texas Chainsaw 2022, which wasn't a masterpiece, but it was a lot of fun. It was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's what they promised in the title. If you're pissed about the story, they didn't call it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre plot story thing. That's a really bad argument. I realize that, but it was still a lot of fun. I had a great time with it. My man here's got the Midas touch, and I know this one is also going to be badass. I also think Kaylee Spaney is super underrated. She's in like a bunch of bad movies like The Craft Legacy and Pacific Rim Uprising, which this article hilariously details. She's also in that Priscilla, which I don't really have an interest in seeing, I'm gonna be honest, but I hope she gives a good performance in that because she's an amazing actress that, like I said, is unfortunately just in a bunch of bad movies. She is always like the best part of all of these films that I'm talking about too. So let's see Kaylee absolutely kill it in this brand new Alien. Hopefully this is a breakout role for her, maybe just like that Priscilla that I was talking about. And finally, we got to talk a little bit about Robert Eggers' Nosferatu remake, which sets a Christmas of 2024 release date. Now, this isn't much of an update, I'm going to be honest. We just got a release date. Cool, whatever. The most interesting part about all of this to me, though, is the fact that on the same day, Jordan Peele's fourth untitled film also comes out. So we're going to be doing like a crazy horror Barbenheimer that same day with Jordan Peele and Nosferatu. I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait to see both these movies in the theater on the same day, literally on Christmas. So I'm going to force my parents to watch both of these probably super scary movies. Maybe I'm the only one who's going to be in the theater that day watching both of these movies back to back, but I cannot wait. If you don't know the name Robert Eggers, by the way, Jordan Peele's a little more familiar. You've definitely seen Get Out, Us, or Nope at this point, but Robert Eggers does some really killer movies that I highly recommend. The Witch from 2016, it's a little slow, and a lot of people who would just want like a TikTok movie where it's super fast and shit's always happening may be disappointed by this film, but the ending is kick ass. It's a slow burn, but sometimes things are slow to set up a big punch at the end, and super fucking dark and scary. So if that's your vibe, you're gonna love this one. The Lighthouse is probably my favorite from Robert Eggers. It is just a drama about these two guys living in a lighthouse, and then the boat doesn't come to pick them up. There's way more to it than just that, of course, but they're trapped on this island. They're slowly losing their minds. It's so much fun. It's a great drama between Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, who both give career best performances. Hot take. And then maybe his most underrated film is The Northman that came out 2 years. Was that 2 years ago? Yeah, that was 2022. Another kick-ass movie from him that's basically just Hamlet with Vikings, but still really good. Also, the girl I'm talking to is going to be pissed to hear that Harry Styles was supposed to be in this Nosferatu movie, but is no longer in the film. She's big on old Harry, and honestly, I'm starting to like his music too. I'm not covering the big Scream news because I'm going to do a big video about that on my main page, so check that out later today if my voice will withhold that, hopefully. If not, you'll see a video on that soon. I'm still sick, which blows. I don't know what's going on with my voice. It's just not holding up for some reason. What do you guys think about these updates, though? Leave me something about it in the comments below.